pharmacist Karen Maichan, and today I would like to talk about how to take your prescribed medication as well as talking about your insurance and drug costs. This will take about approximately 5 minutes of your time. So before we move on, I would like to verify your name and date of birth.
And my name is Zilong, and my date of birth is November 1st, 1992.
So can I also have your insurance card?
Yes, here you go.
Thank you, Zilong. So before we talk about your prescribed medication, are you familiar with your insurance and your insurance plan?
I know what insurance I have, and I know I need to pay some money every month, but I'm not sure specifically.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know if you have any premium, deductibles, or copays that you have to pay?
I think so, but I'm a little bit confused about those terms you just mentioned.
Okay, yeah, then I would like to start with the basic concepts, which is all the premiums, deductibles, and copays. So a premium is an amount of money that you have to pay each month to your insurance so that you can keep your plan and be enrolled in the program. So that is the money that you pay regardless of whether you use your healthcare services or not. So even if you never use your insurance, you will still have to pay it. It doesn't mean that you won't need it in the future. So other than the premium, you will also have a deductible, and that is the amount of money you must pay before you enroll in your insurance plan. So for example, this card that you are carrying has a deductible of $1,000, and you must pay that before your card is activated. Well, not your card, but your insurance plan. And that will cover any services included. Once you pay that full amount, you have a copay or co-insurance for any of your covered services, and your insurance company will pay for the rest. So copay is the fixed amount of money you must pay whenever you get healthcare services after you pay your deductible. So in this case, as you can see in this card, in your insurance card, you will have to pay $25 for your doctor visits, and there's also other costs included that is stated here. You could take a look at it on your own time. So I will also talk about tiering. Do you know what tiering is?
Is it how you separate something? I'm not sure. Can you explain?
Yeah, it is separating something, but tiering will focus on separating and categorizing the different drugs. So it's not just any drugs, it will be your formulary drugs, and that will determine your drug cost, which I will talk about later. So in this case, your insurance company has 4 different tiers, and tier 1 usually includes generic medications, tier 2 is brand name medications, and it's preferred brand name medications to be exact. Tier 3 is non-preferred brand name medications. Tier 4 is specialty drugs such as Sovaldi. So a drug formulary, like I stated before, is the list of prescription drugs that you are currently taking. That will include both brand name and generic name, and they are used by practitioners and doctors to identify the drug and the overall, like the greatest value that the drug will have. And this formulary is also maintained by a community of physicians, nurse practitioners, and pharmacists, and the drugs in the formulary are evaluated each year or each season by local experts, and they're chosen based on their safety and effectiveness of the drug. Do you have any questions so far?
It's all clear.
Before I go into the drug costs, there's also one important thing that I did not mention is the overall star rating. So the overall star rating is the rating of quality, services, and performances of each insurance plan that they will provide. So you will choose the plan based on the rating. So you want something that will benefit you the most rather than paying for a lot, but it's not going to benefit you. So now that I mentioned a lot, Can you repeat what a deductible is?
Deductible is a set amount of money that I have to pay before the insurance kicks in or before the insurance starts to pay for my services, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yep. So it's the money that you pay before you're enrolled in your insurance plan. So it seems that you have a good sense of idea of what the basic terms of insurance plan is. Now let me explain to you about the drug cost. So drug cost will be factored in with brand names and generic name. So brand names are usually more expensive than generic drugs. This is because according to the FDA rules, brand name has a higher price for the inactive ingredients, but that doesn't necessarily mean that brand and generic names are different drugs. They're the exact same drug. They just contain different inactive ingredients and they cost differently. So today it seems that you're picking up your type 2 diabetes drug, Glucophage 500 milligrams tablet. So in this case, Glucophage 500 milligrams tablet is your brand name, but you're prescribed metformin 500 milligram tablet, which is the generic name. And why am I explaining this is because there is a huge cost difference between these two drugs. So Glucophage costs around $64.20, while metformin costs only $4. So there's a big price difference.
Wow.
And the only reason why you're getting Glucophage today is because your doctor prescribed you with Glucophage and not metformin. And if you want me to change your Glucophage to metformin, you need to call your doctor and give me, or I can call your doctor for you, but you have to give me permission so that I can change it. But however, since he did not write you this prescription and did not allow me to change it into the generic drug, I am not allowed to change it for you unless you give me permission and call the doctor.
Okay.
Did you understand the difference between brand name and generic name?
Yes, I do.
So can you explain to me so that I can know that you have this understanding?
Okay, from my understanding, I think generic name and brand name medication, the only difference is the inactive ingredients.
Yep.
But they're exactly the same and they're equivalent, interchangeable with the doctor's permission or mine, right?
Yeah, you will have to give me permission so that I can call your doctor and see if it can be interchangeable.
Okay.
But it's up to the doctor's choice. I don't have the permission to change it for you because the drug price is different.
Okay.
If you don't have any problems in changing the drugs, are you able to pay your deductible today?
No problem.
No problem. Okay. So if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me, and you're always able to just come back or call me. And then once again, I'm your pharmacist, Karen Mai, and thank you for your time. So here's your insurance card, and here is your brochure. So inside this brochure is everything that I talked about today and indications of how to take the drug. And in the back of this card is always my phone number, and you can always just come back for any.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you.
For your help.